morning, students. I've prepared a very short video for you. Well, today we are going to look at a topic that is called the marketing mix. The marketing mix. If you remember, in one of our previous topics, we talked about how a business entity needs to identify its markets. That is the customer. Then the business entity also needs to break its market into various segments. Okay, in trying to do this effectively, there is something that the marketing department needs to do. The marketing department needs to make use of what the marketing mix. Now, the marketing mix, we are going to talk about different components or different areas of the marketing mix. But before then, you need to understand what a marketing mix is all about. A marketing mix is a combination of various variables, that is, all the things that a business needs to use to carry out its marketing strategy. Remember, one of the purpose here is to make sure that you satisfy your customer need. So all the things combined together, all the variables that you need that's to use to carry out your marketing strategies are all together known as the marketing mix. And they are 4 in number. There are 4. If you look at your textbook, they are called the 4 P's. Why are they called the 4 P's? Because probably they start with P's. Okay, so the marketing mix comprises of 1, products, 2, price, 3, place, and also promotion. In other words, when you are carrying out your marketing mix, you need to identify the product, the suitable price, and where should this product be sold, that is the market where the product is to be sold, and what are the advertisement strategies, the promotion strategies that you need for this product. So we are going to talk about these 4 P's. But for our class today, we are going to limit ourselves to the first P, which is the products. Again, it's good for you to understand what a product means. A product includes anything that the consumer is offered. Okay, whatever it is offered to the consumer is a product. It can be a tangible thing, it can be a service. So if I sell a phone to you, okay, it's a product. If I render services to you, it's also a product. So a product necessarily in business does not necessarily mean something that you can hold. It can also be a service. That is what a product is. Be very careful when you give that definition in examination of what a product is. In your textbook, it is strictly written, the term product includes consumer and industrial goods and services that are offered to a consumer in order to satisfy the needs and wants of a consumer. Now, one thing that I have stressed, that I have mentioned in this video, is that a product should be able to fulfill the needs of the consumer or the wants of the consumer. So, let us first of all now discuss the types of products that can be offered to the consumer. We are going to look at first of all the consumer goods, then later we look at the producer goods, we look at the consumer service, we look at the producer service. So the first product that we're going to talk about that a business can offer to its consumer is the consumer goods. Now basically what is the consumer goods? Can you look at those pictures that are on the screen? Can you look at, what do you call that now? Chips and cake. I know you like cake. Don't worry, when school starts, I'll bring cake for you. Okay, let us look at the consumer goods. The consumer goods are products that can be consumed by the consumer. They are offered to the consumer and they can be consumed for a short time. They don't last for a very long time. Okay, such as food items. Those are consumer goods that can be offered by business to the consumer. So if I sell things like mehango, if I sell things like meat, so those all falls under consumer goods. Let us look at producer goods. Producer goods are goods which are used by producer on manufacturers to produce further goods and services. Look at the picture on the screen. The picture makes it very easy for you to understand. If you look at that gentleman, there is a machine in front of him. What is he using that machine to do? He's using that machine to produce further goods and services that other people will use. Maybe he's drilling a particular machine or he's using it to fix something else. So producer goods are goods that are used by producer or manufacturer to produce further goods and services. Let us look at the consumer services. Don't confuse consumer services with consumer goods, please. So consumer services are services that are produced for people. A very good example, you are a taxi driver, you are giving people services, you are repairing people's car, you are a teacher. If you fall into these categories of services, that is known as consumer services. They are services that are produced for people. They are not tangible, but you can feel them and you pay for them. Then the producer services. These are services that are produced so that it can help other businesses. In a very simple way, let me explain it this way. Services produced to help other businesses, for example, you have an organization. Your organization needs an advertisement. Your organization needs an insurance. You don't have an insurance company. So there is this organization, this business that will do your advertisements for you. There is this business that will offer you insurance. There is this business that will offer you the accounting services to your organization. Those falls under producer services. So they help other businesses. Those are producer services. The last thing we are going to discuss in this video is what makes a product a successful one? What makes a product a good product? One, your product should be able to satisfy the needs or wants of your customers. Okay? Your product should be reliable, it should have good quality, and it should be consistent. Customers do not like inconsistency. Today your product is of this quality, tomorrow is of another quality, then customers are not sure of what they are going to get from you. They don't like it. So your product should be consistent. Your product should be kind of distinct, should be different. A good product should be different from other competitors. So if I see this brand, I know here, this is Samsung. If I see this, I know this is this. Without doubting, is this from them? Is it from them or is not from them? So your product should kind of stand very clear from other one. Another very thing is that your product should not be too expensive. The price should be reasonable in line with what you are offering them. We're going to talk more about the next P, which is the price later. Then I will put more emphasis on that. So your product should be also, this is very important, your product should be very simple or should be simple enough to be used. It shouldn't be too complicated for your customers to use. So in this lesson, we have learned basically the market mix, the 4 P's, okay? The product, the price, the promotion, and the place. We have learned that, but we have only talked about the products, and we have discussed some of the features of a successful product. Next time, in my next video, I'm going to discuss with you about the price as our next P in the marketing mix.